Hey everyone, it's Justin. Thank you for watching and welcome to my house. It's time for another ServiceNow Store highlights episode. That's SSH 10272023, and we're off to another light week, and I am grateful. Only 27 new or updated apps in this episode. Let's go ahead and take a look at the breakdown for the episode by category. Let me just change my sort order here. And we have this week 5 compatibility updates, all of them to Vancouver, 2 fixes, 6 highlights, 2 minor updates, 9 new releases, and 3 release notes fails. In fact, I think we had 9 new releases last week, so we're 9 and 9 week over week. Let's open up and get started and take a look at that. I'm going to group what you're seeing here by category, and if you're listening, thank you for joining us on the podcast. If you haven't checked out the podcast, go into your favorite podcasting app and search for ServiceNow Store highlights, and you should be able to find this and you can listen to it. You can set it to 1.5 double speed and crank through it and find out everything you need to know about what got updated or is new in the ServiceNow Store. So let's take a look at those compatibility updates since our last episode. We've got Delinea Server Suite Privilege Access Request, Net Enrich Connect, Quality Clouds, Service Graph Connector for Terraform, and Uptime were all updated to be compatible with Vancouver. Some of them had no release notes, but I was able to see that there's a Utah for the past version and Vancouver for this version. So pretty certain that all of those were compatibility updates to Vancouver. Next up is our list of fixes. These have small little fixes, not worth spending a lot of time on in the episode, but Qualys Core and Recorded Future Security Operations Foundation Framework all had some minor fixes. And speaking of minor, let's check out those minor updates. Chronicle for Security Incident Response and Chronicle ITSM also had or did have some minor updates. And unfortunately, we had 3 release notes fails. If you haven't seen an episode before, a release note fail means their app was versioned, but the release notes either don't have any information, have the same information as the previous release, or they're pointing to outside documentation, so I can't tell you what's new or what changed in that application for this new version. So our list this week of release notes fails include Checkmarks 1 vulnerability integration, Instance Watch extension of Instance Scan, and Logic Monitor data exchange. All release notes fails. All right, let's get to the exciting stuff. We have 9 new releases in this week's episode. Let's start with that first one, AI Policy Management Assistant. Your AI Policy Assistant is here, apparently. Key features, ChatGPT 3.5. AI automatically creates policies. AI automatically updates existing policies. What is this? Your AI policy. I guess it's for policies. Let's open up here. It's got a screenshot of the compliance workspace, and on the right hand side they're showing the interaction with virtual agent now support, something about policies, and here it is actually zoomed in. We can see the conversation with the virtual agent chat and creating a new policy using the virtual agent AI and enhancing existing policy, so showing that conversation there, and then back to the compliance workspace screenshot. So next on our list of new releases, Blitzz Visual Assistance for ITSM, for Field Service Management, FSM, Blitzz co-browse, screen share, video chats, video support for ServiceNow. It's a bunch of comma separated words. We do have some key features here: a no app download video call, one-on-one and group video calls, SMS, WhatsApp, email invites, high-res image capture from live video, timestamped images with accurate GPS locations, image markup and text annotation, pointer feature to point out things on the video call, remote zoom, optical character recognition or OCR to extract text from images such as building address, product reference numbers, screen share for mobile and desktop, call recording, survey and call disposition at the end of the call, bandwidth optimized video, network quality display of participants' network connection quality, and integrations with other applications, and much more. Let's take a look at their screenshots. First, we've got a remote visual assistance software showing the back of a router, it looks like, so maybe troubleshooting or supporting troubleshooting a router. Same picture again, but now we've got some key features that we just went over. Another view of a case showing a link to a UI action for video support, I guess to initiate that video call. And then once that's clicked, it has a modal that popped up for SMS, WhatsApp, email, or more, and then an invite and join button. Remote video built on ServiceNow, so showing someone again troubleshooting a router from within ServiceNow. Next is showing the website, so the agent and the customer screen sharing and co-browsing on a website. Live video support, showing the router again or something. And detailed reports, so we've got a dashboard, a carbon footprint dashboard. Let's see. Number 8, advanced markup and collaboration features. So people marking up the screen, I guess there. Lots of screenshots on this one. Some reviews about the product. A video, which we're not going to click on since you're already watching the video or you're listening to the podcast. And that's it. That's what's new from the team at Blitzz Inc. Next on our list of new releases, Lacework Container Vulnerability Response Integration for managing container vulnerabilities from your cloud environment, monitored by Lacework in ServiceNow. Key features is 2 paragraphs. Let's see if I can figure out. Yeah, we've got some headers there. Understand your cloud and find unknown threats, followed by a paragraph. And then focus on risk that matters most, followed by a paragraph. So that's a high level details on that one. There's no screenshots for this one, but that's what's new. They've got another one here. Let's check out that one. Lacework Infrastructure Vulnerability Response Integration. Import host vulnerabilities into ServiceNow Infrastructure VR, or Vulnerability Response, to manage and prioritize vulnerabilities on underlying hosts in your cloud environment, monitored by Lacework. Key features, the same ones we just saw in the previous one. Understand your cloud and find unknown threats, and focus on risk that matters most. And no screenshots on that one either. So next on the list, ScreenMeet Beam. Well, this is new unattended remote support, now available embedded in ServiceNow. Key features, ScreenMeet for ServiceNow, and this is another paragraph, but let's see if I can. Remote support for all workflows, so now users can stay in platform and deliver better support, service and sales experiences. They are authenticated via ServiceNow, run within Service Operations Workspace, or the CSM FSM configurable workspace, or agent workspace, or classic UI for ITSM, CSM, and HRSD. It includes session data, system info, recordings, transfer files, and related data are stored in platform. It can be used to facilitate escalations, insights, and knowledge base entries that improve self-service. Let's take a look at their screenshots. We've got one of the, Beam Group US offices. And next up is some device information about a particular device, or screen logs, or session logs. And then back to the same screen. Oh, we only got 2 screenshots. Okay. All right, so that's our 2 screenshots for that one, and that's what's new from the team at Projector.is Inc. Next on the list, Service Graph Connector 4. I missed the last one. Radiflow, Unified IT/OT Asset Management through ISID Automatic OT Discovery. Key features, the integration, update sensor ID or ISID information. Sensors are the IDs that allow Radiflow to monitor the customer network. Update assets in the CNDB. Assets, devices that were discovered by the ISID in the customer network. The assets contain information about firmware, OS version, vendor, etc. And update connections between assets in the CMDB. Connection describes the relationship between assets and how to talk to whom. Screenshots here, it's got some related items, basically showing a configuration item link and how it's connected to other things. Here is the ISID config, so setting up the third-party integration. Next screenshot is the asset details and an OT map, basically a relationship map or diagram, and then we're back to those links. The original screenshot. So that is what's new from the team at Radiflow Ltd. Next on our list of new releases is Tax Portal. And then the description is Tax Portal. This is an innovation lab offering, so not supported in production, no guarantees, no warranties. Let's say Tax Portal provides a unified calendar bringing together different tools, data points, apps, and workflow that tax teams use to carry out their various work processes into a single platform. Key features, a unified portal, a tax calendar, and resource links, and it can be extended by integrating with preferred financial system using Integration Hub or endpoints. Let's look at the screenshots. We've got one of the application menu showing the tax portal configurations, company codes, questions, and obligations. Here's an obligation record. It says Microsoft Teams image, but it's not Teams. I'm not sure why it's titled that. Next is the obligation status. It will be displayed in the portal of the Tax Portal Calendar tab. Here's the portal, and here's the tax calendar. Here's an image of some resources, and back to the original first image that we had there at the beginning. So that's what's new from the Innovation Lab at ServiceNow. Next on the list, WIZ Integration for Container Vulnerability Response. Integrate WIZ with CVR to send container image vulnerabilities to ServiceNow. Key features: on-demand run for pulling container image vulnerabilities, daily runs to pull Delta container image vulnerabilities, one that will pull new vulnerabilities, second that will pull resolved vulnerabilities, advanced filtering for prioritizing the vulnerability runs, and uses out-of-the-box IRE rules, or Identity and Reconciliation Engine rules, for matching container images to existing CMDB items. Let's look at their screenshots. We've got the WIZ Container Vulnerability Integration Daily configuration that we're looking at there. There's another configuration with the URL, client ID, client secret. Here's the containers screenshot. Here is a screenshot of, that's the first one we looked at, the configuration of the daily integration. So that's what's new from the team at WIZ Inc. And next and last on our list of new releases is Zingtree CSM, AI-driven decision tree platform that turns every agent into an expert. Key features: seamless integration, access Zingtree directly on cases in ServiceNow for case management for a smooth and intuitive experience. Ability to view Zingtree on the contextual side panel or in the CSM FSM workspace layout. It also works on the legacy experience when you're looking at customer service cases. Pause and resume feature and a bi-directional data transfer. Let's look at their screenshots. We've got one here of Zingtree welcome node. Here's a diagram, basically a call tree or a call script in a tree form. So I guess this is a Zingtree. I don't actually know what Zingtree is, but I'm learning it now. Here's a case showing the case information, and off to the right is the start node for Zingtree, I take it. And then we're back to that original first screenshot. So that's what's new from the team at Zingtree Inc. And next up on our agenda is going to be the highlights. We've got 6 of them, so it'll go by pretty quickly here. First up is 1E-ITSM Connect, updated to version 4.5.9. And in this one, they've all features from previous release except mid-server support for an on-prem 1E platform, plus some bug fixes and error handling, and also Vancouver. Notice Vancouver wasn't here in the October 6th update, but it is on the October 18th update. Next up on the list, Flashpoint 4, something intelligence, threat intelligence, updated to version 1.3.0, and this is a support for Vancouver, but also something else, including an update to Deep Link. So if you're a user of this, that may be meaningful to you, and you might want to update to this patch release for Flashpoint for Threat Intelligence. Next on the list is Guardrails. Guardrails is updated to version number 8.5.0, and in this version they added skipped notes to Guardrails alert. Pipelines now supports XML imports. Pipeline ATF activities or automated testing framework activities can now be overridden, and added new Guardrails installer page for this release. Next up is going to be Integration Engine. It was updated to version 1.0.2, and in this one they patched to resolve bugs as well as various enhancements. Let's take a look now. More efficient inbound-outbound transactions. Synchronous option added to interface definition to determine which inbound transaction should process immediately. Priority code can be added to inbound payloads. New version of inbound transaction REST API. Outbound triggers can be given priority in high volume environments. Throttling functionality added to limit number of received transactions per hour. Request integration capabilities added. E-bonding ticket check options available on outbound triggers. Integrate pre-existing attachments checkbox. Company integration sets created which wrap a set of interface definitions for a particular company/vendor. Integration collections created which allow companies set to subscribe to pre-existing interface definitions templates. Translation and map override capabilities added to allow copying an existing translation map. Various UI changes have been made, and previous object added to outbound trigger and field mapping script fields. Quite a bit there. Thank you for the detailed release notes from the team at Unify Ltd. Next up is going to be the International Mobile Service Automation app, updated to version 1.0.4. And in this version, we now have standalone device order Germany, device selector rework, synchronization status handling fixes, requested termination added on inventory, performance fixed on synchronization, and static lock code name lookup in this version. So that is from the Deutsche Telekom Business Solutions GmbH. Thank you for that update. And last on our list from the Innovation Lab, My Forms was updated to version 1.3.0. And in this one, they have uploading attachments. Look for recipients to upload docs or PDFs in My Forms. Add questions that will host attachments for your end users. Then you can download the responses as a zip file. Conditional branching, you can now add conditional branching to your question. Show or hide a question based on the input to the previous question. Just to click on the ellipsis on the second question onwards and add a condition. And that is what's new from Innovation Labs My Forms, and that's our entire episode. Let's take a look at what we just covered. 9 new releases, 6 highlights, 5 compatibility updates, 2 minor updates, 2 fixes, and 3 release notes fails. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please like, please subscribe, or share it with somebody who you think might be interested in what's new or what got updated in the ServiceNow store. And until next time, don't forget to always be learning.